Let me ask you the question. Do you believe in morality? Do you believe that some things are objectively good always and some things are objectively evil always? Do you believe there is such a thing as morality? Most people in the world will say yes. And I want to share with you that the argument from morality for the existence of God is one of the strongest arguments for Christianity that you can give. It's almost irrefutable. The atheists fall over and run around in circles trying to defeat this argument. So let me show you this argument just quickly. The moral argument for God's existence. If morality is objective and absolute, God must exist. You see, if there are real eternal things that are good and eternal things that are evil, that actually points to a divine lawgiver who actually wrote these absolutes upon our hearts and minds and into creation. So if morality is objective and absolute, God must exist. Atheists actually agree that that is true. They can't denounce premise one. The logic is infallible. It goes right through. So morality is objective and absolute. That's our human experience. We experience morality as absolute and objective, therefore God must exist. Please be assured this argument is almost watertight for God's existence. C.S. Lewis used it in the past, many greats have used it in the past, and it can't really be defeated, believe it or not. The only way an atheist, because premise one is undeniable, premise one is actually undeniable, even by atheists, they agree with that. To defeat this argument, they have to attack premise two, that morality is objective and absolute. So what do atheists do? They attack this and they say morality is not objective and absolute. It doesn't point to a God. Morality is actually socially and culturally conditioned norms designed to help survival of the species. You see the difference? Doesn't come from God. We actually come up with our own morality in society, in community, based on what we think will be good for the survival of the species. Okay. So man comes up with their own morality and there's no absolute or objective good or evil. But this leads to some really bizarre, irrational, hypocritical conclusions. Just stay with me, okay? If there are no absolute or objective morality and it is just socio and culturally norms, why do so many secular atheists speak like certain things are absolute and objective truth, objective morality? For instance, every secular humanist atheist in the Western world will jump up and down about Muslims killing homosexuals in Iran. But why is that wrong? If morality is only socio and culturally defined norms, who's to say our norms in the secular West are any better than those in Iran? You can't. Or we jump up and down about China locking up Muslims in Xinjiang. Why? Who's to say that's wrong? We can't say that's wrong because our Western morals are also just socially and culturally defined norms that we think are best for survival of the fittest. The crazy thing is, it becomes completely irrational because they hold morality as something absolute and objective while saying morality is not absolute or objective. That's irrational or completely hypocritical. And you know what? Atheists can't do anything with this argument. It nails them every time. I'm going to talk about John Lennox a lot in this sermon series. John Lennox is one of the leading mathematicians in the world, lectures in Oxford University, devout Christian, loves taking on academics and talking about God. John Lennox has used the moral argument for God's existence against Richard Dawkins so many times it's not funny. And every time he comes out looking like a bumbling idiot. Because it doesn't matter how much time he has in his office preparing, he can't come up with an answer for this question that Lennox doesn't destroy.